Hello, I'm Elaine Stevens, and I want to welcome you to Art Beat. Hello, I'm Elaine Stevens, and I want to welcome you to Art Beat. I am so excited about this program. As you all know, we have so much arts and culture here on our South Mississippi coast. And of course, one of the focal points of Ocean Springs is the building that I'm standing here, right here on stage, where a lot of performers have stood before me. I am so thrilled to be a part of the Mary C. O'Keefe Cultural Center of Arts and Education. That's its full title. It was built in 1927. There's a lot of activity in this building, and you're going to get a glimpse of just a little bit of it in this half-hour program. I am looking so forward to taking you on a magical tour throughout this building where you will visit all kinds of artistic possibilities. And of course, our guide on that tour will be Eric Zala, the new Executive Director of the Mary C. Welcome, Eric. It is such a pleasure to have you as our first guest here on Art Beat.
My pleasure, Elaine. Great to be here.
Oh, and it's so great to have you as the new Executive Director of the Mary C. O'Keefe.
Thank you.
So tell me how it felt when you first landed in this position.
Well, a lot to do. I mean, the Mary C. O'Keefe has been a place of tremendous potential, and the focus over the past 10 years with this historic building has been preservation. It was originally a schoolhouse built in 1927, and I've yet to bring a tour of people through here who weren't charmed by it. It's just got such a rich sense of place. And over the past decade, since the Friends of the Mary C. O'Keefe was formed, room by room, step by step, it's been lovingly restored by room sponsorships, etc. But that said, it's not yet fulfilled its potential in terms of being a real center of gravity for the performing arts, for the visual arts. There's been some. So it's been quite a ride. I've been the director for about 5 months now, and we've had some amazing shows. Last month we sold out Celtic Crossroads, which
it was wonderful. I was here. It was a full house. Unbelievable.
Yeah, even all the standing room we sold, and that got snapped up. Crowd gave the band, which is directly from Ireland, world-class group of musicians, standing ovation. It's been amazing, and
they're coming back. Right?
Yes, actually they are. They considered as small and intimate as a venue as the Mary C. Our theater, which you've been in, is just under 400 seats, and Celtic Crossroads have played to crowds as large as 5,000. This was an intimate space for them, but I think you could not fake the good time that they're having on the stage. They are planning on returning September 5th and 6th. That's actually a scoop that's not been announced
Did you hear
publicly.
that? September 5th and 6th, 2009, right here at the Mary C. Celtic Crossroads. You do not want to miss it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had to turn people away at the door, so there'll be a lot of happy people to learn of that. And they, in turn, have had such a good time here. They told us that we were one of their top 3 favorite venues of the entire tour.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, they put us in touch with their agent and a lot of other amazing acts. So more to come.
That's good. Well, you know, I don't know if a lot of you have been here to the Mary C., but I feel a few of you may have even gone to school here. So there's a lot of memories in this room, in this entire facility. But Eric, I know you have tremendous plans for the future. Can you just enlighten us a bit as to what you're planning?
Absolutely. The center, as I said, the focus has initially been on preservation. Now I think it's filling this beautiful historic building with people of all ages, of all talents. We've got a new lineup of classes, a new lineup of events. We are starting off something called Saturday Art Market in the next month or so. This is going to be a venue for artists, and which Ocean Springs is certainly rich in, to have a venue to sell their art and display it. It'll be one Saturday a month in which they pay a small flat fee, and the public can come by and peruse and view the art. And it's we've been talking with the Ocean Springs Art Association, the Signal River Art Association, and all their members are ecstatic at the possibility of this as a venue to sell that. So that's one thing that we have in the works.
Well, I just want to comment on that in this downturn economy, for you to actually be feeding the artists through their artwork and through providing them with an audience and a new client base is an amazing thing. So y'all need to come on down for that. So do we have a date on that yet? Or?
That's probably going to kick off in March.
Okay, very good.
Keep an eye out. Ocean Springs Record always runs our stuff, or check out our website, www.themaryc.org.
Fantastic.
And it's continually updated, such as other events. Next month we have Tessa Cultural Troupe.
That is going to be extremely exciting. They're coming from Ghana.
That's
correct. We're
22.
opening our homes. Some of us are opening our homes for some of the performers.
Exactly. They've been gracious enough. They're traveling obviously all the way from Africa, and have even are non-pretentious enough guests to actually volunteer to crash at people's homes.
That's fantastic.
We're a nonprofit, so we don't have unlimited funds. So through creative means, we managed to pull off world-class acts on a shoestring budget. So that's going to be remarkable. It's 22 professional musicians drawn from all regions of Ghana, musicians, drummers, dancers, theater artists that are traveling using music and dance to educate of the richness of African heritage. And so that's going to be Friday, March 20th, and Saturday, March 21st. And tickets are on sale at themaryc.org right now.
Well, of course, I know that at Christmas time we also opened up the Char Elo Music recording studio, and there's a lot of things going on in there. In fact, I hear someone might be traipsing through the hallway as we speak to do some recording today.
That's true. We take advantage of our space and do some band recording on the theater, and it's routed to professional recording studio up on the second floor. And the goal of the Char Elo recording studio is to provide a recording studio that's financially within the grasp of even young and aspiring musicians, of which Ocean Springs again is rich in, but has not had a real resource that they could cut a demo professionally, and we offer that. Even around Christmas time, we had a fun package where families were invited to, at a nominal fee, come by and record a new kind of Christmas album where they could use karaoke and sing along to Christmas classics, and walk out with a burned CD that they could then slip into Christmas cards and send to all their relatives.
Had I done that, it would have been a very not good Christmas present to the people if I were singing on there. I have promised them a tour, so shall we begin here in the Duckett Gallery?
Let's do it.
All right.
So this is a brand new spanking exhibit here at the Albert Duckett Gallery. It's called Fire and Light, and this features the photography of Robert Brooks and the pottery of Brian Nettles.
Wow, it is absolutely magnificent.
It is. He's studied in Japan. He's traveled the entire world with his pottery, and the curator is Joy Rice, and she goes out of her way to make sure that the art that's displayed here at the Albert Duckett Gallery is beyond what you typically are able to see in the region. One exciting meeting that's coming up is actually going to be light sculpture. So we're actually going to be dimming the lights in the gallery. I'm looking forward to that. The previous exhibit, which just wrapped up, is called Habitats for Insanity, featuring Bay St. Louis artist Vicki Lee Vernilet, who put on an exhibit incorporating working music boxes, in which the public is actually invited to touch the art and, what's more, wind it up, and each plays a unique piece.
And I did that. We were here for Celtic Crossroads, came in and saw the music boxes. I did pick out one that I want, My Funny Valentine, so I guess you're going to have to give me her card, because I'm going to get that one.
Yeah,
I have to have that.
I don't blame you. She's got
unbelievable.
a great gift, even for titles alone. Like Yellow Brick Roadkill was the title of a Wizard of Oz themed one. It was great.
Absolutely quirky and really offbeat, but something that you can't see anywhere else, but here at the Mary C, obviously. So Eric, what's in store for the Duckett Gallery?
Well, we've got, we're actually booked up for the next 2 years. As I said, light sculpture's one of them. Steve Shepard is actually coming up, and I believe is the next in line. And he does some really remarkable landscapes, which are sort of almost apocalyptic. So very, very interesting lineup coming up.
Well, briefly, tell the people out there a little bit about Mr. Albert Duckett and how this became really one of the first rooms that was sponsored.
Yeah, the Duckett family is a family that's resided here in Ocean Springs for a long time, and they've been great patrons of the arts. And Albert Duckett was a political cartoonist from back in the 30s and 40s, and renowned and very well acclaimed in the press and the media realm. And when the Mary C. was finally at a place where they sought out sponsors, the Duckett stepped forward and made this room, this entire gallery possible, formerly 2 classrooms. You really had to have a real vision to be able to see the possibilities, and now, thanks to the Ducketts and others like them, that vision's realized. A lot of the board members went to school here, and I think it's kind of surreal for them to be standing here in what's now an art gallery and said, yeah, I took 4th grade English here. It seems
that has
smaller.
to be quite an experience for everyone. But there's so much more to see. So where are you going to take us next? Would you know?
I'd say let's check out the Pottery Studio.
Let's do that. Okay. Well, this is an unusual piece.
That it is. Yeah, and you can learn how to do one here at the Mary C. We've actually pottery classes are some of our most popular, and in fact, we've had such professional potters as Matt Stedman teach classes here, and most recently, for the first time ever, Peter Wade Anderson of Shearwater Pottery has begun not 1 but 2 classes here at the Mary C. So for the first time, the public can learn pottery from the folks at Shearwater Pottery. We've just added 2 more wheels to the Pottery Studio here for a total of 8.
Wow.
So we're set, and actually with Peter's guidance, we've added a couple other bells and whistles to our studio here. Some
I
damp
see
pots,
that. Wow.
Some rubber on the tables as they use out in the Shearwater Pottery compound. And out back, we have our own kiln house.
Isn't that amazing? Who would have thought that would have happened a year or so ago? But I have to say that the Mary C. was also the sanctuary for the Walter Anderson, the Shearwater people, because they had lost their studios during Katrina. And we opened our doors here at the Mary C. and they came and they began their creations once again as though nothing had ever happened. So it was wonderful. And here we are learning from them once again.
Yeah,
so,
it comes full circle.
Yeah. Well, I know that across the hallway lies the future of IP Viking Cafe, and I'm extremely excited about seeing that. Are you willing to take us into the newly almost constructed room, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's head to the future.
Let's do that. We'll be right back with more Art Beat right after this. And welcome back to Art Beat. Now we're going to take a little bit of a journey into the future of the Mary C. as we take a look at the IP Viking Cafe.
So Elaine, as you can see here, this room still has a little bit of work to be done.
A little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, floor particularly. We just had that pulled out, and it's about to go to bid. It's hard to imagine that all the rooms that we've been in so far used to look like this, but this is only 1 of 2 still remaining. And as you noted, yeah, this is going to be the IP Viking Cafe and Culinary Arts Room. That is, this will be a center for the Mary C. where there'll be coffee, freshly baked goods, and make the Mary C. more of a hangout place where after a performance of theater or a concert you can grab a cup of coffee and talk about it. Really exciting possibilities. And also culinary arts, teaching cooking classes.
Which our chefs from IP will be doing, by the way.
That's right. And the IP has always been a stalwart support of everything that we've been doing here at the Mary C.
Well, this is a glimpse into the past while it's moving into the future. So it's a pretty phenomenal setup right here because very few people really can see the underworks of how this building was created and the brickwork and all that sort of thing. Very exciting. Thank you, Eric.
My pleasure.
And I think we're going to hear a little music at some point.
We have a band recording in the recording studio.
So that's where we're headed, upstairs, to hear some music. I cannot believe how much the studio has changed, Eric.
It's remarkable, isn't it? The recording studio that I mentioned earlier, well, this is it. This is the place where the magic happens, as it were, for a lot of aspiring musicians who are finally able to cut their first demo. In fact, the Mary C. is going to be creating an album of its own with local artists and all original music to sort of provide a sampler, a taste, if you will, of all the homegrown music here on our coast. Right now, we're kind of looking in on a mixing session with a band who did a recording with us earlier.
Let's listen.
I mean, it's really hard when you're dealing with something that you're not really trying to find a pitch. What you're trying to do is just fix it.
Pitch direction.
Yeah, pitch direction. That's going to be pretty much. I've got a pitch adjuster, and but it might make it worse. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a few cycles.
Yeah, exactly. But so, that's up to you.
Wow. As with all artists, there's a lot of intensity, a lot of technical talk going on in there. Now we're going to go to a different kind of art form. We're going to see some paper mache.
Really?
Well, this is an unusual art form, a little different than all the rest.
Yeah, this is fun. This is we're standing in the Hayne Rudolph studio for paper mache and sculpture. You see a number of examples of just what fun shape that could literally take. When I give a tour of my kids around this place, I think they like this room best, which is maybe why we hold children's art classes here, painting, paper mache, printmaking, all sorts of different things. So this room makes a lot of children happy.
It's a very whimsical room, but it looks like Eric is holding one of the children hostage here.
Yeah,
Tell us about this piece.
Actually, this one, this is called Angry Golfer, I think. No, I'm not sure, but I think my son Quinn had a nightmare about this one. So.
I don't know if you can see the detail in this, but he's actually biting on a golf ball, and he's dressed in knickers from old days. He could have been an original student from the Mary C. back in the 20s, actually.
Yeah, could be. Maybe he's the original principal, paper mached over. But yeah, there's a lot of activity here. There on the wall, you can see the masks that the children have made of all sorts of different types. So you can really do a lot with regular old arts and crafts.
Yeah, paper mache is not out of date. It even existed back in my time, years ago. Anyway, I know that there's so much more to see here, Eric, and we're going to be seeing a lot more things in the weeks to come. So why don't we take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Art Beat. Welcome back to Art Beat, and in case you have just joined us, we are taking a magnificent tour of a wonderful building in Ocean Springs, the Mary C. O'Keefe Cultural Center for Arts and Education. And our first guest on Art Beat has been Eric Zala. We are right now in the balcony of the Trent Lott Theater, which I understand is not part of the original construction of the auditorium, Eric.
That's correct. We're sitting, of course, in the balcony, and that did not exist a mere 10 years ago. If you check out the before pictures in the lobby, anyone who does is rather startled by it. It's this chipped paint, whole old, decrepit old theater has been transformed. It's been a $1 million renovation, lovingly restored. There's been the Walter Anderson murals have been reproduced. The original paint trim, dating back to 1927, has been faithfully recaptured, exactly to the exact tone. The theater seats are gorgeous. Everyone who attends the shows here has a good time, because thankfully there's not a bad seat in the house.
There is not, and I can attest to that. And not only that, they're very, very comfortable. And we were up here in the balcony for Celtic Crossroads, and the acoustics and the fun and the intimacy of the entire performance was right here in this balcony.
Yeah.
So.
It is nice that as large as it is, we have 383 seats total. It does feel close, and have a lot of events coming up. We actually just this past weekend, Valentine's Day weekend, completed a 3-day performance, a Valentine concert for Ocean Springs on the Gulf Coast. It was a Mississippi Repertory Theater Company production, Marcus St. John artistic director, and they had some of the best musicians on the coast singing and playing music to the theme of love.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was here for that. I guess y'all think I live here, but...
Well, we try to get people too.
Well, I spend a lot of time here. I do serve on the board for the Mary C., and I'm extremely passionate about this building, its continuing contribution to the coast, and what it can offer all of us over many, many more years, and our children and our grandchildren. So, but yes, the Valentine concert was amazing because it was performed by actual Equity Repertory Theater performers. And Marco St. John, in case you do not know, is a working actor who travels quite frequently to Hollywood and has done many, many films over his tenure as a career performer.
Thelma and Louise, Tightrope with Clint Eastwood, the list goes on. So yeah, we're doing a lot, and really the theater is actually booked up through May, and we're actually we're going to have a new opera. Gulf Coast Opera is coming back. Marco has announced that he wants to do two plays here. Of course, the Walter Anderson Players have been a longtime partner of the Mary C, and they're doing 2 more plays in the next couple months. So a lot of activity, and it's not limited to the theater, of course. I mean, don't forget, Saturday, April 18th, we've got the 9th annual La Ball au Chocolat. It's of course, the fundraiser gala, which has been an absolute coast favorite, as you well know.
Sponsored by the IP Casino.
That's right. And this year's theme is A Love Affair with Chocolate. So it's going to be at sunset, and of course, the confectionery delights that the IP puts on, you know, it's beyond words. But yeah, dinner, dining, dancing,
lots of chocolate, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of delicious food and incredible turnout. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's under the stars. It's like an old-fashioned Southern garden party under the stars with a tent and a dance floor and a lot of romantic music and
something going on different in each room. A band out on the front lawn.
Right.
The whole grounds of the Mary C are taken advantage of. You can stroll in the theater, see a skit or performance or an alternate band. In the classrooms, there'll be artists putting on different demonstrations. We have Madame Za and her fortune telling will be back this year, always a favorite. So yeah, a lot of fun
And the
stuff.
tickets are already on sale. They went on sale February 14th, as I understand it.
Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Right? So save that date, April the 18th, right here at the Mary C on the grounds under the stars. And the band is?
Caution Swing Bridge.
And they are super.
Yeah.
I've heard them too.
They're fabulous.
Well, as you can see, there is an ongoing partnership that the Mary C. O'Keefe has created with this community. We have hopes to bring in other nonprofits, other people from on the other side of the bridge to join us in all the fun and activities that we have planned here at the Mary C. And you'll be seeing a little bit more about the Mary C. next week on Artbeat. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you'll tune in again. If you have any ideas about what you would like to see on Artbeat, you can always contact us by going to the website at WKFK.com. We look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you next week right here on Artbeat.